I got my hands on the SwitchBot Lock Pro. I got the Matter Hub that allows it to connect to Matter devices, and the SwitchBot keypad, which allows you to have a keypad. So I'm going to do a detailed unboxing of each box so you know what you get, and let's talk about it. And just so you know, it is raining cats and dogs outside, so if you hear any thunder or anything, that's why. And my cat's keeping guard. All right, so let's first see the SwitchBot Hub Mini. So it supports Matter, Amazon, Google, Siri shortcuts, if this and that, and SmartThings. So practically everything. You see there's no Apple HomeKit on there, but that's where the Matter comes in, because Matter connects to practically anything, and so you can connect that to Apple HomeKit. Here's a detailed side view of the box and a detailed pack view. And basically what you want with this is the lock will connect to this, and then this hub connects to your phone like HomeKit or Amazon, and that's how it controls it. So let's get this guy opened up. Okay, in the box we get this card with your Matter code. Put that to the side. Then you get the actual dock or hub, USB Type-C. It can be wall mounted with something like that. Pretty straightforward. And it comes with a USB-C to USB-A cable. So super generic, super helpful. Oh, and even comes with a sticky so that you can adhesive it to somewhere if you want. And it has documentation. Cool. I know this is a little weird, but this does smell a little weird. I don't know why. Like normally when you unbox new products, they have like that fresh, Apple Best Buy smell. This, I don't know what it smells like. It smells odd. Not bad, just a little odd. So just thought I'd mention that. And the Matter code is printed on the side of the hub too. So you've got your documentation over there. But if you just want to connect it via the hub itself, there's a little button there. So you don't have to remember the code by saving the instructions. It will have it right on there, which is a good touch. Okay, next let's do the SwitchBot keypad, and it has a fingerprint reader, which is really cool. So here's the back of the box. It kind of shows the keypad goes on the front. You can put it on the door or beside the door, and the lock is on the inside. So really cool. What I like about this lock that we're about to unbox next after this one is you can use your existing key. So this is really good for apartments, and if you want to keep your current keys, all this does is it controls the actual lock itself, and your front key stays the same. And then this part is an actual keypad. So let's say your code is 1234. You just type that in and the lock unlocks. You don't have to fiddle around with a key or even using an app. And if you want to use your fingerprint, you can do that. So let's see it in person. Okay, so you get the keypad and this box. Okay, we got a lot of stuff. So here is the keypad itself, fingerprint reader, buttons, very mushy buttons, but I kind of like it. Lock, check mark that. So here's the back. This is where you would put the batteries. And let's see what else we got. So the batteries are this type. I don't recall CR123A 3-volt batteries. So not your normal AA or AAA, but at least it does come with the batteries. It's got a little pick, I think, so that you can pry off the back, I think. It's got a SIM card remover, probably to reset it. Here's some hardware. So if you want to actually mount, if you want to mount it to a physical piece instead of just using adhesive, you got that. Here is a NFC card. So you can keep this in your wallet, and if you tap this to that lock, it will unlock. So you don't have to use your fingerprint if you don't want to, or you can give this to a friend if you don't want to give them a fingerprint access or a code. You just keep this in your wallet as a backup. Let's say your hands are wet or you're wearing a glove or something. For some reason you can't type in the code or use fingerprint reader. You do have that option. It's got a layout assistant, so you know where to drill your holes. It's got a card adhesive strip, so if you don't want to use the bracket, you could just use the stickies. It's got little rubber feet things. Not sure exactly what that's for. A alcohol wipe or wet wipe to clean off whatever surface you're gonna stick to, and the mounting screws and documentation so that you know exactly what everything's for. So there's a shot of what everything is and how to install it. So you get the picture, and then it's just in multiple languages. So, all right, I think that's it for this box. Now, for what you've been waiting for, let's open the Switch Pro lock. And if you see that, that's a really good packaging. Yeah, you can see it glint in the light. Really cool. Let's get into it. All right, take that off, and we are greeted with the lock itself. That feels pretty good. Let's take these guys out without damaging them. One-handed, because I'm holding my camera. Well, okay, maybe I need to do this two-handed. Nope, maybe, ooh, that is heavy. And that feels pretty good. All right, let's just unbox this box and then we'll see what's inside. Okay, so we got everything unboxed and it's a lot to unpackage. So let's look at the lock first. So again, this just attaches to the back. So you will lock this in onto the back of your lock, and as you turn this, it just unlocks and locks that. It's really hard to do one-handed. This thing's pretty bulky and heavy. See how thick that is? So it's not the prettiest thing in the world, but if it works, and you won't really need to be touching it that much. So you see there's that cell right there. They give you a chassis for 4 AA batteries, and you can just slide those in, and there's a little locking mechanism that you can just flip those right there, and that gives it the battery out of AA's. What's cool is you can also buy an attachment that does 2 battery cells, not AA, it's their own thing that can recharge. One on this side, one on that side. You only need half of these to charge. And if you buy that extension, you can have basically unlimited power, because when one side dies, it uses the other side. The app will tell you you need to charge your battery. You take this off with the magnet. So there's this little cover, just put that in. Good magnets, I love it. Just snaps right in. So you just pop this off, pop one of these off, take out the cell, charge it. When it's done, put it back in, and it will last forever practically, as long as you keep up with that maintenance. And even with this, just if AA batteries die, you pop this out super easy, and you just change them out, and easy peasy. So I love this design. If you want extended carefree batteries, you can do that. You can buy that. I don't remember how much they are. I'll probably have them linked down below. But so that's that. Super cool. These, I believe, are the little extensions that, depending on what kind of lock you have, I think that somehow ties into here. Yeah, so depending on what size lock you have in your door, you will need one of these little doodahs. See kind of the shape? That's a long shape, more square shape, and even more square shape. I think my door is this one. I'm not too sure. Anyway, but those lock in, and that's how it connects to your lock. So they give you options, which is very nice. They give you a sticker kind of thing, because since this is so heavy, while you're doing the maintenance, you can use this big sticker in a way to attach this onto the door, kind of like that or that, and so it holds it in place. So if you're going to install this just by yourself, you might need something like that. Let's see what else we got. Little screwdriver, little Phillips screwdriver for the hardware. And we got a little magnet sensor so that the SwitchBot knows if the door is open or closed. And that's so it can do its auto locking feature. I don't know, maybe right there is where it has to connect. Not sure. But this can go right next to it, so when the door is closed, it knows it, and it can auto lock if you still want that feature. We get the instructions, we get the plate that attaches it, and we have some paperwork and adhesive and a little nut to sink it all in. Oh, I think that's to screw those guys in. I think so. Oops, that's magnetic. Anyway, so that's all of it together. Let's see if we can connect them, that guy, this guy, and that guy all together so that I can demo how it all connects. Okay, so first thing we need is the SwitchBot app. So let's download that so then we can connect this guy. So we'll just say git. And while that app is downloading, I'm gonna plug in the hub into a battery bank, just so I can do it from here. So it's on, because you see the light is blinking. So let's get it connected to the app with the Matter code. And there are some features that you need the SwitchBot app to use. To use basic features, I think you can just connect it to HomeKit with the Matter. But if you want to access like the auto locking and some other things, you will need the SwitchBot app. But for just basic use, you can just do it with Matter through HomeKit. But I think to set it up properly, especially if you want to connect this guy, you have to have the app. So I recommend downloading the app, setting up through the app, and then once everything's set up so that he is talking to the Matter hub and the lock is talking to the hub, then you can connect it into HomeKit or Amazon or Google or Home Assistant, whatever you want, just so then everything will be set up. So the good thing is with Matter, you can connect this to Home Assistant also. So I'm gonna try that also just to confirm that everything works. But again, I would use the app first, get everything set up, get everything paired, and then you can connect it into the Home Assistant smart home of your choice. Okay, so I created an account and now I need to add a device. So add, it's probably gonna look for a Hub Mini, which is what I have. And then it says, press the top button for 3 seconds, or this button. So 1, 2, 3, that blinks. So I say next. Make sure it's connected to the Wi-Fi. And I just realized there's no Ethernet on this, which I'm a little sad about, just in case, you know, your Wi-Fi may not be as good. I wish there was an Ethernet option, just, you know, somewhere so you could just plug it into your router if this is gonna be your Matter hub. Probably not a big deal for me, but again, it would be nice to see. That's probably why this is the mini version. The big one may have Ethernet. I'm not 100% sure. Okay, so I successfully was able to connect it. I did have a lot of trouble connecting him to the Wi-Fi, probably because, and it does warn you that it cannot use the 5 gigahertz bands on your Wi-Fi router. So thankfully, when I connected him to my TP-Link router, I was able to find him in there and was able to change it to only use 2.4 gigahertz. And then I had to restart the app and then try to connect him, and then he connected. So if you run into that issue, just make sure in your Wi-Fi settings somehow force this little guy to be 2.4 gigahertz instead of 5 or 6, and then I was able to connect. So just so you know, I had that trouble and wasn't able to proceed until I was able to do that. But now he is connected. So now he's connected. Let's see all the settings. So we've got the Wi-Fi settings, indicator lights, Matter setup, which is in beta. So if there's anything wrong and it is in beta, NFC, that's for the card. So let's see if we can add a lock, the lock device, and the keypad. So I'll put the batteries in first. Oh, do you want to help out? Ooh, I heard it beep. Ooh, nice. The key lights, they do light up. So in the dark, that'll be super helpful. Very nice. I love that color. Absolutely love it. And just snapping this back on, and it was a little hard to get off, so I just had to use the included SIM injector tool to get under there. And it does have like a mesh fold underneath so that it will be water sealed. So don't worry about the weather getting to the batteries. They did think about that. And another thing about this mini hub, it is an IR blaster. So you can control like air conditioners, TVs, lights, anything that you would use an infrared remote for, it can try to connect. I don't know if it has to be line of sight. I guess that's something else we can test in a later video, but it does have an IR blaster. Okay, so what's really cool is when you search for a new device, it found the hub because of Bluetooth, it found the keypad because I turned that on, and it found the lock. So let's just tell it to set up the lock. Okay, it says remove the battery isolation, got that. Make sure the batteries are well in position, I had done that. When the indicator light starts flashing, is it flashing? It is flashing. So we can say connect. Now it's searching. It discovered the device and important firmware upgrade. Sure, we will upgrade its firmware just so we have the newest and greatest software. Is this so exciting? Yeah. Software updates, so exciting. Am I right? You're just more interested in the Anchor battery, aren't you? Oh, look at that, 63%. This is gonna be really fast. So I guess we'll keep up when it's done, and it's okay, it's just about done. So that connects that guy. He just beeped. That's there. I'm just gonna say, I'm not gonna pick a room. That's loading. This is all in real time, so this is actually pretty quick for the most part. And there it is, added successfully. And you can connect the Lock Pro to the Switch Hub. By enabling cloud services, you can connect your Bluetooth device to the internet and enjoy features like scenes, automations, and third party. Yeah, I think I like that idea, so that you can do remote stuff. You don't have to if you don't want to, but you do lose out on some features. So now let's do the installation. So I'm actually not going to install this on my lock because I already have smart locks on my doors, and eventually I might give this to a friend. And there's a lot of videos already out there from great smart home creators that have installed this on a door, and you can see how that's done super easy. But I'm just going to say it's already installed. Next. So keep the door and you can unlock it. Next. And then you can set up the little sensor. So this little guy. And you can have that go right there somewhere. I think this is actually upside down. Hey, stop eating that. Don't eat that. That's not good for you. So you can have that be about there. Say next and test unlocking. Yep, so go through all the testing. So yeah, it works. Okie dokie. Now let's get this guy connected. Probably the same way. And we can get a code and all that set up, and that should be it for the video. Okay, so here's the lock. It says you have a keypad and a remote. So if I just hit unlock, very quick response. I love it. You lock it again, and now we can pair a keypad, I think from here. Should be super simple. Oh, hi, you're missing out on the action? Yep, they feel like they're missing out on this great video, so say hi to the internet. So we've got a keypad that we need to add, so let's add that. To add it, you need to press 2 buttons at the very bottom. So press both of those for 2 seconds till that's blinking. Hit next. Connecting to the device. And you can select what room you want them in. You don't have to. Place your phone or keypad, connected. There you go, because here's the phone, there's the lock, there's that. 5, 1, 9, 5, 3, 2, enter. And just like that, look at that. So super, super cool. So you can attach it, get the focus. You can install it with the screwdrivers, and pretty much it just shows you how to do it. And there is an installation guide. Cool, this is all you need. So it's really handy. It shows you exactly how to do everything. So you don't even need the instructions. So all you have to do now is the fingerprint reader. So yeah, really, really cool. I think in here you could add, oh, it wants an update. I'm just gonna say no, but here you can add fingerprints and you can add the NFC card. So anyway, that's pretty much it. You now have, you can add in whatever code you want. So for password, you can add a password, a permanent one, so for residents, a temporary one for, let's say, a babysitter over the summer who you don't want access all the time, but only for some time, a one-time. So let's say someone's gonna go pick up your mail and only once while you're on vacation. You can do that, just give them a one-time password, they use it and it expires. That's really cool if you just need that. And then an emergency passcode. That's probably an overriding master passcode that will override everything. I'm not sure what emergency does, but it's good to see that you got all those options. Fingerprints, you can just add a fingerprint, super simple. NFC card, super simple. So let's wrap this up. So if you wanted to buy these all together with the keypad, the lock, and the hub mini, that will cost you about $200. If you don't really want one of those features, you can buy them separately and it is less, but just know the max you will go is $200, which is really good because the smart locks I have are actually way more expensive than that. And shout out to my cats for participating in the unboxing. I guess they claim this as their own now. So now that this hub is connected to the lock and the keypad, I believe all I have to do is connect him to HomeKit, Amazon, whatever I want, and the lock and all that follow along. So I'll do that in a different video if people are interested in that. So let me know if you want to see even more in-depth use of it, be it in Home Assistant, HomeKit, Amazon, Google, all that stuff. Just let me know what you want to see from this guy. But this guy, really cool. It's very chunky, as you see. It's really thick, but again, you just slap this on the back of your door and you use your same existing keys, and all this guy does is he unlocks, and this is pretty good spinny thing. Like it's not the best. It's not like if Apple made it, but it feels really good, and I wouldn't mind using this every day. And again, if I didn't already have smart locks, I would actually really want to install this because I really like this guy. Keypad, fingerprint reader, all this guy's missing is Apple Home Key, and because that's what my locks have. But you don't really need that because you have a fingerprint reader, and because that replaces all that. The only reason why Home Key would be much better is if your hands are full, you're wearing gloves, and you can't use your voice to unlock it. So then that's when the only time Home Key is really, really helpful, if you don't have fingerprint reader. So this is really cool. Absolutely love that. This lock, really, really cool. Thanks for SwitchBot for sending me this and letting me review it and test it out and show you an in-depth unboxing. There's other videos out there about people using it and all the cool features. There's so many ways you can unlock this guy, and it's secure. And then the little hub mini, super cool. Infrared, can connect to things like ceiling fans, AC, TVs. If you want a video dedicated to this guy connecting to things, again, let me know. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.